Hello my students, welcome to my today's topic. Today we will be discussing on working with list, images and tables in HTML. Okay, so already you have learned in previous lessons about HTML little bit. Okay, so we know that a website contains many web pages connected with each other. Okay, and a particular web page holds the information in the form of text, tables, list, images and so on. Okay, so basically HTML is used to create these websites, or you can say that these web pages. Okay, so HTML is a basic computer language which is considered as a gateway to create websites. Okay, so let's discuss about list, images and tables in today's topic. So at first we will be discussing about lists. Okay, so these are used to represent related items in an orderly arrangement. Okay, we know whatever we are getting the menu list or ticket list or any list of events, anything. So we see that these items either in a proper order or in a random order. Okay, so the lists are mainly two types in HTML. Number one is ordered list or numbered list, another one unordered list. Okay, so what is ordered list? This type of list also known as the numbered list. Okay, because every item in an ordered list is preceded by a number or letter. Okay, to represent each of its items. Okay, so in HTML the tag used to represent an ordered list is OL. Here it is OL. Okay, OL means order list. So by default an order list is displayed with number. Okay, here LI represents list items. Okay, sorry, list items. Okay, so the web browser shows the output as shown here. Okay, so in this example we'll see the HTML code for the order list. At first we are mentioning HTML, then inside the head section we are writing the title order list. Then look at this code here. To make it order list we have to mention OL first. Here it is order list, and inside the order list we have to mention the list items starting with LI tag. Okay, and then we have to end this tag OL tag. Here it is /OL, and after that body and HTML. Okay, so if we execute this code, HTML code, then the web browser shows the output like that way. Look at the output here. So here look at, as it is ordered list, so you can see that here all the list items are having the numbers, that means the order serial number. Okay, okay, okay. Now the order list tag OL tag has a type attribute, okay, which is used to change the numbering style. For example, if we type equal to A, capital A, that means is used for capital letters. So we will see that, look at, if we mention OL and then the type of the numbering here using type equal to, then inside the inverted comma capital letters, Then at the output we will see this. Okay, so here the list items are starting with the serial capital number. Okay, so we can observe that the numbering of the list has changed from numbers to letters, as we are mentioning here the type of OL. Okay, similarly the following similarly the type attributes for other style values you can use here. For small letters you can use A. Okay, for Roman numerals in uppercase you can use I, capital I. For lowercase you can use small I, and for numbers you can use type 1. Okay, got it? Okay, so the start attribute can be used with the OL tag to specify the starting point of the numbering. Okay, so if you write here OL, that is order list, type we are mentioning equal to number, and then we are mentioning start equal to 4, that means the starting point of the number will be 4. If you want to start with 1, then you can write start 1. Okay, okay, okay. Now next type of list is unordered list. So we are now looking at unordered list. Okay, so this type of list also known as unnumbered list or bulleted list Okay, so here in this type of list, every item in such a list is preceded by a bullet symbol. Okay, so by default in another list, filled circles or discs are used as bullets in the list. Okay, so you can see that here. Okay, so here in unordered list, filled circles or discs are used here, okay, as bullets in the list. So the tag used to represent an unordered list is UL. Okay, so UL means unordered list. So when you are writing order list, then you have to mention OL, and when you are writing unordered list, then you have to mention UL. Okay, it is not orderly another list. Okay, got it? So it is another list. So now look at the example here. In this example you can see that it is UL, and then all the list items are here starting with LI tag. Okay, and then UL tag. Okay, and then we have to end body tag and HTML tag. So if you run this code, HTML code on web browser, then web browser will show us this as output. Okay, got it? So the web browser displays this output as shown in this figure number 5.3. Now like order list, here type attribute also used to specify the type of bullets to be used for each item in the list here. Okay, so here we can write UL order another list, and we also mention type equal to circle. Okay, so if we mention here the type of the another list, then at the output we will got then the web browser will display the output like this. Okay, look at here we are mentioning the type also. Here the type we are mentioning circle. So now look at the bullets here. Okay, so the type attribute can take the value as square for field square, disk or field circle for default, and circle. Okay, got it? So it is the output of UL type circle. Now we are learning about inserting images in a web page. We know that a web browser can support images in various formats such as GIF, means graphic interchange format, JPEG, joint photographic experts group, and PNG, it is portable network graphics. Okay, so if you want to insert images in a web pages besides the text, then we need img tag. We need img tag to insert images on a document. So if we want to insert an image in a web page, you have to use image tag, img tag in HTML. So remember that img tag is an empty tag and creates a holding space for the image to be inserted. Okay, so now we will be learning about the attributes of this tag. The first attribute is src. Okay, so what is src? So src stands for source. This attribute defines the path or the URL of the image to be inserted. Okay, look at the example here. So img, it is the tag, then we have to mention src. Okay, source, it is the attribute, then we have to mention from where we are taking the picture. Suppose your picture is in the C drive. Okay, so you have to mention the location where the picture is, the drive, then slash, then smiley dot gif, name of the image. Okay, so by doing this you can insert image in a web page. Okay, so here the next attribute is alt. So alt stands for alternate. This attribute is useful if an image cannot be displayed by the browser. In that case, it will show the text written with the alt attribute as image details. Okay, so if you want to write some text instead of the picture, then you can write this as alt equal to then the text image of a smiley. Okay, got it? Okay, next attribute is align. Okay, next attribute is align. So this attribute is used to display the position of an image on a web page. Okay, so it defines the position on the web page where you want to align the picture. Okay, so it can take three values for align. One is center, to align an image to the center of the web page, left, to align the image to the left side of the page, and right, to align an image to the right side of the page. Okay, to align this or to use this attribute, we have to mentioning this code. Look at the code here. Image source, then alt, then right align equal to center. Okay, next attribute is height and width. If you want to specify the size of an image on a web page, the values of these attributes can be specified in pixels or as a percentage of the height and width of the browser window. Okay. So here you can see that we are mentioning the height and width of the picture we are inserting on the web page. Okay. So by mentioning or specifying the height percentage and width percentage, we can specify the size of the image. Next one is border. So we can use this attribute to add a border around an inserted image. The thickness of the border can be specified in pixels. Okay. So at first mention the height and width of the picture whatever we are inserting on the web page, and mention then border and then the thickness, okay, in pixel. Here it is 10. Got it? So if you write the HTML code in Notepad and execute it, you will find the output on your computer. Okay. Next is we will be learning about the tables. We basically know what is table, a collection of rows and columns. Now a web page can include data in the form of text, images and links also. Okay. So in HTML we can see the data in the form of table. So to create the table in HTML we need some tags. Number one tag is table tag. This tag is used to define a table in a HTML. Okay. The table tag is a container tag, okay, and it is defined inside the body tag. So at first we have to write the body tag, then we have to mention table tag. Okay. Next one is tr tag. This tag is used to define table rows. Okay, these are the rows. So table rows. Tr tags shows the starting of a row, and slash tr, it is the end tag, we know. Next one is td tag. Here it is the td tag. This tag is used to define table data, that is the data inside the rows. Okay. So the table tag in HTML creates a series of cells which are filled up using the td tag. Next one is caption, caption, caption tag. This tag is used to define the title of the table. And last one is th tag. So it is used to define table heading. So if you want to add the heading here, we can mention th tag. Okay. Now we will be learning some attributes of table tag. To represent a table efficiently, we have to use the attributes. Number one is table border, okay, which specifies the width or thickness of the borders of the table. Okay. The default value of the border attribute is 0. In that case, only the written text in the cells will be displayed without any boundary. Okay. So we can mention the value for the table border as table border and then the value, that means the thickness of the table. Next one is border color. The attribute is used to give a color to the borders of the table. Okay. So the value of this attribute can be the name of any color such as red, green, orange and so on. Okay. So we can use, here it is, table border and the thickness value is here 2 equal to 2, and then we can mention border color. Here it is border and then color, then equal sign, and then you can mention the color name inside the double quote. Here it is the blue. Okay, you can write this like that way. Okay, next one is frames. This attribute allows us to display only the specified border of the table. Okay, so the various options of this attribute are given in this table. Okay, but for example we can take, here it is table border equal to 3 and frames equal to box. Okay, so if we mention box as a frame here, that means border will be displayed at 4 sides. Okay, if you want to give the border only on the top side, then you have to use frame equal to inside the double inverted comma, that is above. Okay, so you can use this. Okay, below means only the bottom side border. Okay, next one is bg color. So this attribute is used to change the background color of the table. Okay, so by using this tag we can change the background color of the table. So the value can be the name of any color. For example, we can mention table, then bg color, and then mention the color in the double inverted comma. Here is the olive color. Okay, got it. Next one is height and width. So as in the previous slide we have learned about how to change the height and width of an image. So also we can change the height and width of a table. So these attributes are used for changing and setting the height and width of a table. So we can use the value as the pixel of the computer screen, like that way. Table border and then border equal to 2 for thickness, and mention then height equal to 90 and width equal to 70. Okay, so the value of these attributes can also be in percentage also. That is, you can mention here height equal to 90% and width equal to 70%. Okay, got it. So it will show the table on the browser that will cover 90% of the browser window. Okay, next one we will be learning about cell padding and cell spacing. Okay, so this attribute, the cell padding attribute, is used to adjust the space between the border and the contents of a cell. Okay, so it is known as the cell padding, this portion. Okay, got it. So the space between border and contents, so we can mention it like table, then border equal to, we are mentioning here 1, and then mention cell padding and the value equal to 10. Okay, inside the double quote. Table border equal to 1 and then cell padding equal to, inside the double inverted comma we are mentioning the value. Okay. So likewise we can use cell spacing. So cell spacing attribute is used to adjust the space between two adjacent cells. Okay, got it? So likewise cell padding we can use cell spacing here. So we can mention this value here like cell padding, here it is, we can table border, then cell spacing, okay, equal to 10. So you can see that cell spacing is the space between two adjacent cells. Okay, got it? Okay. Next we will be learning about attributes of TD tag. Okay, already we know that TD tag stands for table tag. Okay, so TD tag is used to fill data in the cells. The attributes to represent the cell or table data in a more efficient or effective manner. Okay, so here the attributes, first attribute is align. Okay, we know align attribute is used to display the position of the text in a cell horizontally. Okay, that is the horizontal alignment of the text. So it can take three values: center, left and right. Center for center alignment, right for right alignment, left for left alignment. Okay, next one is TDBG color. So this attribute is used to give a background color to an individual cell. So we can use TD then BG color and then mention the color in the double quote. Here we are mentioning pink. Okay. Next one is TD width and height. Also we can change or define the height and width of an individual cell when specified in either pixel or percentage of the table width. Okay, so we can use like that way: TD width equal to 30, or we can mention 30%, and for height also you can use like that way. Okay, next one is row span. Row span attribute applies when a single cell is extended for more than a single row. That is, the cell spans for two or more rows instead of one. Here look at the figure. Science takes 3 rows instead of 1 rows here. Okay, so it takes cell span for more rows. Okay, instead of 1. Okay, so we can write the code like that way: TD then row span and then give the value, that is 3. Okay, got it? So it is the row span. That means here the science is taking span of 3 rows. Okay, next one is column span. This attribute applies when a single cell is extended to more than a single column. That is, the cell spans for 2 or more columns instead of 1. So if we mention TD and then column span equal to 2, okay, then you can see that in this figure name cell is taking span of 2 columns. Okay, got it? Next one is V align. So V align means vertical align. So the attribute is used to display the position of the text in a cell vertically. Okay, so it can take 3 values: top, middle and bottom. This is useful when text has to be aligned in case of row span. For example, we can take TD row span equal to 3 by align equal to top. Then look at the figure 5.8. The category signs is vertically aligned at the top with respect to the subject column.